So this leads to a really, really heavy topic, but not heavy, but super important, or a major trigger: social media. Permission granted to unfollow. Heather Corville, Catherine LeBlanc, I know this has been a big thing for both of y'all. Go ahead, Heather, you start.
Well, for me, I was, anybody that was pregnant, if they had not lost a baby, then their pregnancy just tore me up. But honestly, I was scared for them, and I knew how naive they were, because that was me. I was that naive. Even when my brother and my sister-in-law lost their baby, I still thought it would never happen to me. Anyway. So permission granted to hide anyone that you don't want to see. You don't have to get on any social media. Everything is a stinking trigger too when it comes to that kind of stuff. I know exactly what moms are pregnant with me and what kids are 4 years old now. I even had a friend call the other day and say, she was asking me about the school that we sent our oldest daughter to, and because she's enrolling her 4-year-old, and I was like, oh my God, I should be paying tuition and getting uniforms and doing the whole thing for my boys, because they would be starting preschool in August. Anyway, I don't know, it's hard. It's triggers, so many triggers, but then, so I feel like Facebook was worse. But then I figured out how to snooze people, so that was good. But then I loved Instagram because I feel like it's better, and you can search hashtags, and I found some really awesome people on Instagram, like moms from all over the country that I've met in real life. And yeah.
And it's important to know that you can unplug from that. You don't have to stay engaged on any social media platforms if it's an ongoing trigger. What about you, Catherine?
Same. I know 2 people that had babies at the same time. They were pregnant when we had our first loss, and they carried successful pregnancies and had babies in March like we were going to. And I quickly unfollowed them. It was too hard to see their pregnancy progressing. And the last thing I wanted to see was their babies being born and their first birthdays. It was just too hard to watch. I recently had lunch with one of them, and she knows that I've unfollowed her, and she's totally okay with it. So if they're genuinely your friends, and if they care about you, they're going to understand. It's not about them. I'm happy for her that she had a beautiful baby boy, but it's just too hard to watch, and I still haven't met him. It's too hard, and that's okay. So that's one thing that I want to stress: unfollow. I even, when you get pregnant, you get excited, you start looking for baby gear. Once we experienced our loss, all of a sudden I kept seeing the Graco ads and the baby bed ads. So I just started reporting those. And not reporting for bad. I mean, you can just report it and click, I don't want to see this anymore. And it was very, very helpful. Less triggers, the better. So permission granted, press that unfollow button. I haven't blocked anyone. I haven't defriended anyone. I just unfollowed. To this day, we're on this journey for 18 months now. To this day, I still haven't followed them back. And that's okay. It's really okay. It's just social media.
And I think this is an opportune time to address this as a group of mentors, where you are all the helpers. Although you are all on your own grief journey, and at any time you need to always keep your well-being at the forefront. When something becomes too much, to take a step back. You always be honest with yourself, be honest with us. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. But I want you to know there will be a time, or possibly, where you'll be a helper of others, and you're in a different place on your grief journey, and you could be the one that they unfollow. Because the new ones are coming behind us, and they're in that critical place. I've been unfollowed. I've been ghosted. I've had people say, Reese, we think the world of you, but every time I would see your name, I was scared to even look at your posts, you know, because I'm a Maddie's employee, and you know, so I know that that's happened to me. So I'm just saying it could happen.